Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. John McCain used to be a hero. Now he's a sleaze. Lindsey Graham has occasionally been a voice of reason among conservatives. But now he's a liar. Now shortly after the tragic incident in Benghazi, Susan Rice, our UN ambassador, was briefed by the CIA, the National Security Council, other intelligence agencies, and she went on the Sunday morning news shows and told the press what she had been told in those briefings. Now, her statements were filled with caveats, such as, "We don't have all the information yet," and "based on what we know today," and cautioned that the investigation was only just beginning. And what she said was, in fact, pretty accurate. Despite GOP claims to the contrary, there were people demonstrating in front of the consulate against the anti-Islamic video before the attack happened. So their accusations of lies and a cover-up are completely baseless. On the other hand, both of these congressmen supported Condoleezza Rice for Secretary of State, after she spent months making all the rounds on TV talking about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Now, Susan Rice was not remotely connected to the incident in Benghazi. As ambassador to the UN, Libya was not her responsibility, although she did an excellent job of negotiating the UN resolution covering Libya during the revolution, and helped put together the coalition which helped to topple Gaddafi. Condoleezza Rice, on the other hand, worked at the National Security Council. It was her job to gather and interpret intelligence. So she definitely bears responsibility for our involvement in Iraq. 4 people died in Benghazi. That's tragic, and there needs to be a thorough investigation. Hundreds of thousands of people died in Iraq, thousands of them Americans, and that is even more tragic. But Condoleezza Rice was still promoted to Secretary of State despite the responsibility that she bears for that fiasco. Now, I don't know what McCain's and Graham's motives are. I don't know what's going on in their heads, but I know it's certainly not love of country or any sense of fairness. Naturally, they want to score political points, but if they want to do that, they should gather facts and put the blame where it belongs. Don't smear a dedicated public servant who had no responsibility in the affair. I've heard some analysts say that the idea is to get Obama to nominate John Kerry for Secretary of State so that Scott Brown can go after his Senate seat. He'd lose anyway. But no matter what their motivations are, their hypocrisy is disgusting, and they've covered themselves with shame. And by the way, if John McCain was interested in getting the facts about the matter, instead of holding a press conference, he should have been at the briefing that they were having at the same time. He could have put off his press conference until after that briefing, but he didn't. So obviously, he has very little interest in getting the facts. Thanks for listening.